Bruno Fernandes' reaction to Erik Ten Hag is the mentality of player Manchester United should be signing. The Man United captain was involved in a heated exchange with Erik Ten Hag during Saturday's Premier League draw with Bournemouth. Erik Ten Hag has had to contend with one Manchester United player expressing no respect for him and another accusing him of lying. Cristiano Ronaldo and Jadon Sancho are not missed, but Bruno Fernandes would be. The United captain was involved in a heated exchange with Ten Hag at Bournemouth that ended with Fernandes wagging his finger. The incident accounts for the identity crisis United are mired in. Fernandes disputed Andre Onana's short goal kicks, much to Onana's chagrin. Ten Hag urged Fernandes to calm down. Fernandes wouldn't, so Ten Hag raised his voice. Wayne Rooney said earlier this season the goalkeeper is the most important player in the team as he dictates how the team plays. At Bournemouth, United's goalkeeper, captain and manager were involved in a form of conflict 7 minutes in. None of us in the press box construed Fernandes' gesture as insubordination at the time. Then Fernandes scored both of United's goals and hit the crossbar. He was the only player who reached a performance level that would be deemed acceptable. His predecessor as captain, Harry Maguire, soldiered on whilst troubled by a thigh problem, and Kobbie Mainoo did not go into hiding. The United app invited readers to vote for man of the match when there was only going to be one winner of the poll. Fernandes is now on 12 goals for the season, 2 shy of last season's 14. He tallied a staggering 28 in 2020-21, but 2022-23 was his best. Fernandes assumed greater responsibility with the armband strapped to his bicep and excelled in midfield, on the right flank and behind the striker. Ten Hag should have relocated him to a deeper role more often this season. As voluble as Fernandes is, it comes from a will to win. He has been United's best signing since Robin van Persie, and he is the only truly out-and-out success of the post-Ferguson era. Many forget Zlatan Ibrahimovic's truncated second season. Ibrahimovic was also a demanding teammate. The way I am is I am a person who is vocal on the pitch. Sometimes you can go over the line, Fernandes told this correspondent last season. But I think everyone in the dressing room knows this is the way I am, the way I try to push everyone and try to push also myself. I feel myself alive into the game. That hasn't changed since I arrived, even from the first day on. I am the way I am now. And I have always been vocal, and I put my arms up sometimes, all that kind of stuff. In the beginning, for everyone, even outside the club, it was really pretty. It was like me taking the responsibility. Now it is not the same. People want to put it in a different way, in a way they want. But I am quite okay with that because it is the way I am. When my teammates feel that, Bruno, we don't like that, we don't want you to be like that, I don't want you to be like that with me, you can do it with the other ones. If anyone tells that to me, I will be okay with that because I have to respect each of them. But even knowing that if I feel at any moment I need to push someone and I need to call someone for a reason, then I will do it. Some have argued Fernandes inhibits United, that he is a moments player, often wasteful with the ball, and his role as the playmaker compromises any structure the team could build. There is some truth to that. Fernandes is more prudent in possession from midfield, yet he is a risk-taker and his role demands that. He is prone to creating something out of nothing, for that is how he operates. The first half against Liverpool earlier this month was possibly the worst 45 minutes from Fernandes in a United shirt. Within 5 minutes of the restart, he arrowed in the goal of the month to turn the game on its head with United's first shot of the afternoon. We watch that strike and admire the deliberate precision and slightly underhit technique from a square pass Fernandes is slightly stretching for. The ball seems bound for the middle of the goal but curves into the corner, putting it well beyond Kouamin Kelleher's reach. Fernandes is a difference maker of a footballer. After 11 league games this season, United had mustered only 6 wins and Fernandes was responsible for 3 of the winners. As United plan for another recruitment reboot, Fernandes remains the prototype. He had the drive to embrace the challenge and succeed at a bigger club after Tottenham and Manchester City had passed on him. After Fernandes finished signing his paperwork following his signing in January 2020, he immediately requested training attire so he could head out onto the pitch for an informal session at Carrington. That impressed the United staff and Fernandes started against Wolves 2 days later. Only Ibrahimovic and Ronaldo have imposed their personalities themselves with comparable success to Fernandes. The difference was those two commanded respect after garlanded careers. Fernandes carried himself similarly and quickly developed a gravitas few have had early in their United career. United were unbeaten in his first 17 appearances. He is the most reliable representative of the dressing room in front of the media, as a captain should be. Fernandes has forged such a collegiate relationship with the United communications staff they have gone into bat for him over a few issues concerning his personality. Fernandes is mentioned in the first page of Grit, Rigor, and Humour, the INEOS story by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but it is an unflattering reference to his feigned agony against Liverpool last season. Gary Neville erroneously claimed Fernandes requested to be substituted in that mauling. For days later, Fernandes was scoring against Real Betis. Ratcliffe may have kinder words for him now. Ivan Toney makes Bruno Fernandes demand as João Neves sent clear Man United transfer message. Our opinion on the biggest Manchester United news and transfer gossip ahead of the Red Devils' clash against Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final. Erik Ten Hag only a few more days left on the training pitches at Carrington before Manchester United face Coventry City in the FA Cup semi-final. The Red Devils will lock horns with the Championship outfit at Wembley Stadium on Sunday afternoon as either side hopes to get their hands on some silverware this term. Manchester United head into the tie following a disappointing 2-2 draw against Bournemouth at the weekend. Bruno Fernandes managed to salvage a draw at the Vitality Stadium, finding the net from the penalty spot shortly after the hour mark. As for the Sky Blues, they suffered a 3-0 defeat to Birmingham City, so they'll be determined to return to winning ways. In other news, the summer transfer window is just around the corner and the Red Devils continue to be heavily linked with some big names. But, for now, it remains to be seen whether or not Sir Jim Ratcliffe will sanction a spending spree. So, with that being said, the Manchester Evening News has taken a look at some of the biggest Manchester United stories on Thursday, April 18th. Toney makes contract demand. Manchester United have been dealt a curveball in the race to sign Ivan Toney. The 28-year-old striker has been heavily linked with moves to the Big Six for a while now as he continues to impress for Brentford. According to The Sun, Toney could demand as much as £250,000 per week from potential suitors this summer. The report states that would make the England international the highest paid player at Old Trafford, raking in £10,000 per week more than Bruno Fernandes. For now, it remains to be seen whether or not the Red Devils will pursue a move for the Bees ace. With Toney's contract at the G-Tech Community Stadium set to expire in June 2025, Brentford may be left no choice to cash in before it's too late and the striker leaves for free. Manchester Evening News says, that's an absolutely absurd amount of money, especially for a striker who's only scored 4 goals in 13 Premier League games this season. If the finances are reasonable, Toney would be an excellent signing for Manchester United, but there are far better deals out there at the moment. Sancho proved his critics wrong. Rio Ferdinand has claimed Jadon Sancho would not have seen his spot in a Champions League semi-finals coming. Coming back from 2-1 down in the first leg, the on-loan Manchester United winger helped Borussia Dortmund defeat Atletico Madrid at the Signal Iduna Park on Tuesday evening. Speaking on TNT Sports after the game, Ferdinand insisted that Sancho is beginning to prove his critics at Old Trafford wrong. The former Red Devils defender said, "We asked for Sancho to put in a performance. A lot to prove and he's showing it.